A normal-looking restaurant in London Soho. Fusion Asian menus. Check. Bustling and busy lunchtime service. Check. Interactive touchscreens that take a customer's order. Hang on a minute. Diners at this high-tech establishment simply select a meal from a menu which is presented to them via an interactive display projected onto their table. A flick of the finger and food and drinks orders are relayed directly to the restaurant's kitchens and bars. The table can even play games, project local area maps or order a cab.
Well, my business partner Danny and I were out for dinner one day and we were trying to attract a waiter's attention just to get another drink. Hopeless. And we suddenly thought, wouldn't it be great just to be able to reach down, tap a button, drink arrives. We spent a good couple of years working with an industrial designer and a couple of software architects to flesh out the hardware for the system and the software. So we came up with the notion of a projection system from above, and then used a series of different designers to come up with Bluetooth touchpads which are embedded with the table that communicate wirelessly with a PC and projector in the ceiling.
Tables which take your food order are certainly novel, but could this sort of technology have applications beyond the dining room of a London eatery? Well, how about applying a touch interface to a desktop or laptop computer? Could this way of interacting with machines replace the keyboard and mouse? There's been an explosion in touchscreen interfaces for small handheld devices, mobile phones and MP3 players. But in the next couple of years, this sort of interface could graduate to larger kit. Last year, Microsoft showcased its vision for touch computing. Dubbed Surface, the system reacts to users' fingers, opening applications and communicating wirelessly with handheld devices. So far, the actual applications for this technology have been limited, but computer scientists at US outfit Perceptive Pixel's take on touch could change that.
Of course, multi-touch really can go way beyond that, so let's perhaps clip you out of this image, and what I can do is actually manipulate like that.
Nice!
New ultra-powerful graphics processing units deal with the immense amount of computational number crunching required to perform touch operations. As these GPUs get cheaper, more and more traditional computing equipment can benefit from touch displays like this one. By turning their touch display into a wall-mounted unit, they broaden the technology's appeal. Perceptive Pixel's chief scientist demonstrated software and applications developed in-house, which show how touch would work for web browsing and creating simple animations.
To a certain extent, the keyboard and mouse can be a barrier for some people to access computing, but there are groups where having a touch interface just removes that barrier, that kind of fear factor to getting to the technology.
But all of this leaping around in front of a touchscreen seems overly energetic. Could this technology really rival the keyboard and mouse for ease of use?
Touch isn't appropriate for everything, and there are always going to be certain kind of productivity applications, your emails, your word processing, spreadsheets, where you just want to be able to bang away with your mouse and keyboard because that really is the best way of doing it. But for other kind of applications, for example, if you're manipulating images, if you're browsing the web and browsing images and video, touch is going to be fantastic.
How about a human-machine interface that gives the user a workout for the mind rather than the body? Australian-US collaboration Emotiv have developed a mind control headset. The user pops the device on their head and 16 electrodes measure electrical activity in the brain, converting this information into data. So far, the headset has been developed to work with a video game. The player can control an on-screen character and perform magic simply by concentrating on the action. Emotiv plan to launch their headset in early 2009. Controlling computers with the power of thought might take a while to hit the mainstream. However, touch is on its way. The new operating systems from Microsoft and Apple will include this sort of functionality. The keyboard and mouse aren't dead yet, but pretty soon we might all be getting touchy-feely with our computers.